Welcome to the Crooked Smile podcast, brought to you by Macromedia. I'm your host, Cam, and my other host here is Gianni. Today we have camera boy Rob behind the mic. How you going today, Gianni?
Wow, it's happening.
Long time in
It's
the
crazy. No, I've recovered throughout the day. I
Immensely hungover.
started off the day, and this will come through. But this is a bad way to get off. Get started with our listener base. But yeah, I am a little bit hungover. And yeah, started the day in a really, really bad state. I've slowly clawed my way back. Pretty poor first impression, really. But
Yeah, so basically we'll be recording these on a Sunday morning weekly and trying to get out an episode every week. But any Sunday thoughts for you today?
Yeah, so
realizations.
Well, you've heard of like shower thoughts before and stuff like that. Like when people are in the shower, they have these bizarre and compelling thoughts that you wouldn't have on a regular basis. I almost feel the same for that on a Sunday, whether it's you're hungover or you're just relaxing or something. I feel like Sundays really are for thought-provoking ideas or not even, just weird things that you think about on a Sunday. So this is what this segment's going to be. It's going to be called Sunday Thoughts, and it's going to be basically based around what I'm thinking about on a Sunday. So I think today...
It's going to be a bit depressing.
It's not. I think today's
for context, right now it's lunchtime, and what time do you get home from your night out?
I got it home at about 2:30 a.m.
And when Gianni picked me up today, it was a bit hazy.
Yeah, I was a bit grumpy. I've had a Gatorade, but I'm now feeling better, and I'm really excited for this first episode. But anyway, Sunday thoughts. So I guess this isn't very thought-provoking, this isn't very deep, but it could be relatable for some of you listeners out there. I was thinking about this morning, I think there's two states of being hungover, or there's two types of hangovers, and I think one is obviously, and I'm generalizing a bit here, but one is obviously your, bad hangover, you're not feeling well, maybe you have to make yourself
Let's cut
vomit.
Through. What were the thoughts? Let's cut straight to it.
These are the thoughts. I'm telling you right now. The other one is... What? What? The other one is that sometimes on a Sunday when you're hungover, you actually don't feel that physically sick. You might be a bit tired, but you're almost able to just sit down still in one place and just watch the world go by. There's some sort of comforting feeling. It's almost a bit like pins and needles, right? Pins and needles, some people might not like them, but others like them. Like it's kind of like a weird...
Who likes pins
fuzzy...
and needles?
I like pins and needles. Yeah. Robbie's putting his hand up behind the camera. I think pins and needles can be... Camera boy Rob. Sorry, camera boy Rob. No, I'm an enthusiast for pins and needles. No, but I feel
for the record, I'm not.
I feel like that's sometimes, I don't know if you feel the same, there's not always bad hangovers. Sometimes when even if you just go down to the beach or just sit outside and you can be still and you're not, as distracted or compelled to look at your phone and you just got time on your side.
I think it's time to get
that's what I'm thinking. Sorry, that was all over the place, but that was my Sunday thoughts for this morning. Yeah. Sorry about that went on.
The very first segment for this show is going to be called Person of the Week. So basically each week Gianni and I both are going to present one person to you, the audience, and then you guys can vote on whoever the best person from that week is, and we'll have a little competition that we keep track of yearly. So
yeah.
If you wanted to go first with your
I think
person.
You should go first.
No, I think
I think we need some variety after that Sunday thought segment. I think
yes,
you should
but my person is a counter to your person.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Interesting. All right. So
normally we would have some soundboards and jingles to get in here to introduce the segments, but first episode, the studio's still being set up a bit, so we got to...
You don't have to say that. No, that's good. We can be honest. Okay, my person of the week, and I was sitting on my couch on Monday and someone messaged me and said Margot Robbie is at the Cot Beach Hotel. And I'm like, what? What's going on? How is Margot Robbie, the Margot Robbie? I know she's Australian, but she's in Perth. That's kind of wild to me. So, yeah, she was in Perth this week. I don't know why. I think she's originally from Queensland or Victoria. But, yeah, there's all these photos of her at Cop Beach, where we run sometimes. We run past the bus stop. She's wearing like
Margot Robbie.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Next time we run past
if you ran
there,
past Margot Robbie, what like?
I genuinely like.
That's like one of those moments where you'd have to be almost starstruck. Like, what would you actually say?
She's incredible. She's got she was wearing like yellow Crocs as well, which just makes her even more awesome somehow. But yeah,
Gianni has a bit of a crush on Margot Robbie.
I think and it's only human to have a crush on Margot Robbie, and she seems down to earth. And the fact that she was in Perth, you know, it's pretty cool. I don't know, but if I saw Margot Robbie, yeah, I'd freak out. That would be wild. That'd be she's one possibly she is the most famous Australian.
So
I'd say.
I think this would be an appropriate time to say that our guest today actually cancelled on us.
Yeah,
cancelled on us. It was Margot Robbie.
Yeah, unfortunate about that, but she's still my person of the week. I think because yeah, obvious reasons. She's a cool person.
All right. Well, my person of the week this week is Ryan Gosling. So
yeah, okay,
basically the person that carried the Barbie movie and. It's just...
I haven't watched the Barbie movie yet.
The ultimate.
Don't say that he carried the Barbie movie.
Have you seen the Barbie movie?
No, but he's yeah. Okay.
Your Kennergy's kind of way off right now. So I don't think you actually understand how Ken awesome he was.
Okay.
But no, Ryan Gosling's my person of the week. I mean, if you've seen his repertoire of movies such as Barbie.
But what's he done this week? Existed.
Yeah, so that's my person of the week. My person of the week's Ryan Gosling. His is Margot Robbie, but
there's something, there's a new movie coming out with him. He's like a stunt. Yeah, with Emily Blunt, I think.
Margot Robbie or Emily Blunt?
Fall Guy. Thank you, Robbie. Margot Robbie. Yeah. Person of the week.
So if you guys could vote,
yeah,
so we'll put a poll up in YouTube or do something kind of like that.
Vote for someone that's actually done something this week.
No.
Well, I'm sure Ryan Gosling's done things. I'm sure he woke up and had a shower and did all these other assorted activities. But Margot Robbie was in Perth this week, so that's my vouch.
I think I'm going to put on the green screen behind us some Ryan Gosling.
Your fascination with your fascination with Ryan Gosling might be bigger than my fascination with Margot Robbie. Thoughts, feelings, comments?
I think I'm going to move on.
Okay, moving on.
So
you are the host.
Research notes here. So, in the news lately, Harry Styles fans are mourning after he's recently just got a buzz cut.
Oh, is this that news segment?
I just thought...
You just kind of just like...
I thought I'd started reading some stuff that I saw the other day. Right. So Harry Styles has got a buzz cut and there's a bit of uproar from his fans. It doesn't have to be a segment. It's just a bit of general chit chat. But another thing
why'd you bring it up?
Another thing I found is Gordon Ramsay has just had his 6th child.
6? Damn, Gordon. That's impressive. What would you reckon? Like, he would be? Do you reckon he'd be pretty strict father, or do you reckon it's like that meme where it's like Gordon Ramsay talking to adults versus talking to kids? You know, the one where it's like swearing at the adults who call them donkeys, and then like came on MasterChef Kids and was like, "Oh, darling." What do you reckon is like? Like, do you think it'd be scary being Gordon Ramsay's kid?
Honestly, I think it would be awesome. I mean, you would never have to cook in your life.
Yeah, true. Oh, he's probably sick of it though. He
does it for a living. I think he would.
Okay. Yeah, no, that would be okay. So,
and then one last thing I saw in the news: Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds were seen holding hands in a New York stroll.
Wow, is this just off Daily Mail and Snapchat?
No, these are just news articles on Google that I clicked news today, and that was one of the things that came up.
Wow,
Ryan Reynolds was spotting holding hands with his wife.
I wonder how their stroll was. Where were they walking to? Where were they going? What were they thinking? Was it on a Sunday? Was it a Sunday? Were they having Sunday thoughts?
It wouldn't be as depressing as yours.
Mine weren't depressing. I was talking about how great the like relaxed hungover state is. Anyway, I digress. Any more news?
I have a personal experience I'd like to share from the other day.
Okay.
Which I don't know if people can relate to or not, but it was very embarrassing, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Do you ever when you're in public and you see someone that you know and you go up and say hi and like call them by their name, but then you've actually like misrecognized them and it's the wrong person, and then you call like some stranger some random name?
Well, it's not the same, but I think I did it a couple times, hugging someone you thought thought was your mum. Did you do that? Have you done that before?
No, I've never hugged a grown...
When you're young, yeah. Stop acting like you're so perfect. Everyone's probably done it at some point.
Well, this
You just
is
run
what
up and be like, "Mummy," and then
you want to be like what?
and it's a random
Wait,
person.
you wanna be
no,
like what?
I'm not doing that. No, I'd be like,
No,
I was like
so-
4 years old, and I was just like, oh.
So the other day I was coaching water polo down at the school pool that I coach at,
Yeah.
and there was some swim squad there that was finishing up as we were all hopping in, and someone hopped out of the water swimmer, so I had a cap on I couldn't really recognise, but he looked exactly like this person I knew.
Yeah.
So I was like, as I was walking up, I was like, oh hey, and called them by their name, and they look at me a bit weird, and then like I'm like, oh, and then I walk all the way up to them and go, oh hey, how's it going, by their name, like calling them by their name, and then they just look at me like, what? And then I realised then and there I have no fucking clue who this person is, and then...
And there's the first F-bomb of the podcast. Let's go.
Yeah, well, I have no clue.
Sorry.
I have no clue who it is, and I go, oh, do you know this person? Has anyone ever said you look like this person? They go, no.
That's the worst part when you're like, oh, you're da-da-da-da. And like, no. It's like, oh, but like, you look, has anyone said? And then they're like, no one's ever said
So
that
I
to me.
I literally turned to him and I was like, and I said, fuck, that's embarrassing. And then I walked
You made it.
off.
Do you reckon you made? Here's a question. And make sure you DM in if you have an answer to this. But do you think saying like that was awkward or that was embarrassing make things more
It
embarrassing
lightens
or
the
awkward?
mood. I think it lightens
I-
the mood.
yeah,
and
I
it
agree,
takes-
like-
it takes the mickey out of a serious situation that could be
Well, that's the
seriously ego
thing.
bruising.
But people are like, oh, you only made it awkward because you said that's awkward. But I feel like everyone's thinking it.
Yeah,
You might as well vocalize it and have a
but
laugh about it.
Here's the catch from it, because now, the other day when I was walking, I thought I recognised someone who was like 20, 30 metres away, and
You're too scared.
I was too scared to say hi, so I just don't know if it was that person or not, and I kept walking.
Yeah. And then
So-
you never know the conversation you could have had. It could have changed your life. He could have offered you a job.
He could have told me you liked Ryan Gosling more than Margot Robbie.
That's not true. That's not possible.
Well, we could get into the Domino Effect if you wanted to.
Already. Wow. I was just going to say one more thing.
Go ahead.
You know when you're like, you say like, oh, what's his name's brother? Because someone looks like him. It's similar to your thing. You go, oh, are you someone's brother? And they go, no. It's that same thing where you're like, but has anyone told you you look like him? And they're like, no, I don't. It's just incredible level of embarrassment. What did that other guy think when you said that?
He
Like,
just looked at me like I was an idiot. I just stood
Did he
there.
laugh at you, or did it not even go like, oh, that's all right,
I think it was one of the boys from a few years below us at our school, our old school.
yeah.
So I think he knew who I was. But
Cameron and I went to school together. Yeah.
yeah, so if you want a bit of background on...
Actually, we probably should give background.
So Gianni and I have known each other for how long now? Since year 7.
8, 9,
So-
10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3.
Maths.
We're now 3 years out of school. Yeah.
8 years.
There you go.
So we've known each other for 8 years. We've grown up playing sports together.
It's felt like longer
We actually, when we first
in a
met,
bad way.
we didn't actually like each other very much. We were kind of, well, from my standpoint.
Well,
I
you were
don't
quite
know.
arrogant. That was my point of view. Anyway, so you go.
We didn't actually like each other very much when we first started, because I kind of viewed him as this, like, teacher's pet, like, golden boy who was
Ow.
really, really good at maths and really,
No,
really
I
good at
wasn't.
sport. And I was in the same math class as him, and he was just answering all the questions. And I'm
And being
here
the
just
teacher's
like,
pet, obviously.
I'm here like, I don't even belong in this
Is there
class.
like
And
a story you remember? Is there something you vividly remember of me being the teacher's
I just
pet?
remember you always answering all the questions. Like, if the teacher was asking a question to the class, this guy was answering it. But yeah, so we
feel like,
kind of started off in a bit of stark contrast in
Well, from my point of view, I just remember you being kind of arrogant with water polo, and you never passed the ball.
Anyways, moving forward. So, then the next year we were in the same main class in year 8, and we got paired together for some school assignment about the Black Plague, the Black Death, and then we had to make a video about it. And I think we've lost the files, but we wanted to try and bring it up. And
I think I've lost. Yeah, I think it was on my old laptop.
Basically, Gianni was acting as a horse, and I ended up riding him, and we filmed it. The camera boy Rob's eyes just then. I'd
Christ.
Basically, Gianni dressed up as a horse, and I dressed up as someone carrying the Black Plague, and we filmed me just riding him around a bunch of places, giving people bread that had been coughed on, spreading the plague. And we actually got
I think we did well.
We got A+ for that. So
A+, yeah.
So I feel like, and your mum was happy, which was important.
What? What has that got to do with it? I don't remember my mum being happy that we...
Happy we got the A+.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So
because I'm such a teacher's pet, I have to get the highest marks. I just remember kind of carrying you along to my...
a beautiful friendship between the two of us. And from then on, we just kind of...
Do you reckon people are that interested in backstory for friendship? It's all right. We just have to talk about it.
It's just a bit of context.
No, got to get context.
So right now we're in November, and we've been planning this podcast since February at the start of the year. So it's been a long time coming, and we've been putting in a lot of prep to it. And it's good to finally be here, I think.
I'm really happy. We can almost chop this up and put this at the start. No, it's kind of halfway there. Is that your stomach that just rumbled? Well, the mic's going to pick that up, and I'm going to tell someone to keep that in.
All right. Well, I think we should move on to our next segment.
Domino Effect.
The Domino Effect. So,
right.
Do you want to explain this one, or?
I think it's
I'll leave it to
your idea. You want to explain it?
Okay. Sure.
You explain it.
Okay. So the Domino Effect is a segment.
And then I'll interject like that.
So the Domino Effect. So the Domino Effect is a segment we'll be doing each week where basically I will give Gianni 1 week a ludicrous event that's happened and tell him he has to connect it to another ludicrous event that's happened through a bunch of sequences or steps.
It's almost like a real a historical event. How has that led to
it can be anything.
Something currently?
It can be anything. So you'll be surprised with what mine is today. So Gianni gave me mine last week and I've got to talk about it today. And then next week I've got to do one. Well, I'll present Gianni the question now, and then next week he'll do his one. So, if you wanted to tell everyone what my Domino Effect is, and then I've got some notes for my connections, and All
right. Well, it's starting off with an interesting one, but the question was Campbell had to find the link between Hitler's invasion of Poland in 1939 and Walter White from Breaking Bad becoming Heisenberg. So for those of you that haven't watched Breaking Bad, Heisenberg is Walter White's the main character. Heisenberg's his drug dealing
If you don't know Walter White, just Google it.
You should get into it. And you should watch Breaking Bad because Breaking Bad's an incredible TV show. I'm looking at the camera. Breaking Bad's an incredible TV show. But for those of you that are fans, you'd understand. But anyway.
So I've got the connection in 9 steps.
9?
9. All right, so Hitler's invasion of Poland sparked a fashion trend for bowler hats in a small town in England. The increased demand of bowler hats led to a shortage of felt, pushing a group of eccentric artists to start a felt-making collective. This collective experimented with various chemicals in the felting process, accidentally creating a neon glow-in-the-dark paint. The glow-in-the-dark paint was sold to a struggling movie director who used it to create a avant-garde film about
avant-garde.
To create an avant-garde film about radioactive bees. So, another movie about bees is the Bee Movie. The star of the Bee Movie is Jerry Seinfeld.
You like jazz? What are some other quotes from that movie? Sorry to interject. What is it?
So, let me finish.
No, because we have to. This is fascinating so far.
So, Jerry Seinfeld starred in that Bee Movie. Jerry Seinfeld, in the TV series Seinfeld, that he also stars in.
He's in that?
He's in that, yes.
Oh, I see where this is going. Yeah.
In Seinfeld, he develops a real bad cocaine addiction. in one of the episodes or series.
Does he?
That's what Google said.
Okay.
And cocaine is a drug, and so is meth. And meth equals Walter White. Bam, domino effect.
I thought you were going to go Seinfeld and Bryan Cranston. He was in Seinfeld, the actor of Walter White. I think. How did you? What did you do that with?
Myself.
No, but like, what? How did you? Did you Google just random? Or use Wikipedia?
I'm not revealing my secrets.
Interesting.
All right, so I'm going to give you your domino effect for
Oh no,
next episode's segment.
this better not be bad.
How did DJ Khaled bringing out the lobster lead to Taylor's diss track on Jake Gyllenhaal?
That's reverse.
You got to make it happen next
What?
week.
All Too Well?
Red.
No, it's All Too Well, isn't it?
Just the whole album.
The whole album.
I don't know.
All Too Well's the one. Oh, we're getting into Swifty. We're getting into Swifty
Don't even
time
start
now.
Johnny on
We
Taylor Swift
almost
because he's
got
a bit
what?
of a-
How far into the podcast did we get without talking about Taylor Swift?
How far are
22 minutes.
we're
22 minutes.
in. Thanks, camera boy Rob, for that one.
Thank you, camera boy Rob. So Red was the album that I think what most of the songs are written about Jake Gyllenhaal, but the one that was like about the scarf and everything is All Too Well, and so that's almost the okay. I'll find a link. Wait, DJ Khaled bring out the whole ocean,
Tell him to bring out the lobster.
bringing out the
How'd
lobster.
that lead to Taylor Swift diss tracking?
So I'm gonna have to
Jake
go
Gyllenhaal?
reverse time.
You can do whatever
Benjamin
you want.
Button style.
You just got to make the connection.
Okay.
It doesn't have to have led to it. It can just lead.
I
Like
thought that's what it was because domino effect. Anyway, that'll be good. Okay, all right. What's I think that was really good. I'm really impressed by that.
my radioactive bees.
Yeah, there's a real time jump there between the radioactive bees and the bee movie. But I think it's valid. I think it's a valid time jump.
All right. Well, we have another segment.
Yeah, I'm fixing my hair too much. Sorry. I'm very vain about my hair. Whoops.
So
Yeah.
the next segment we'll be doing is year of the week. So this is a segment
Yes.
solely for Gianni,
Mm-hmm.
where
Culture corner.
for the week he will then present a year and a
year
bunch
of
of
the
things
week.
that happened in that year that were interesting. So we'll see how this goes. Camera boy Rob's face is not very promising about this.
Robbie doesn't like year of the week.
I don't mind the year of the week.
Oh well,
okay.
you haven't heard this year of the week. So year of the week, and we kind of hinted at it before, but this week's year is 1989, because it's Taylor Swift themed because she just released the re-recording of the Taylor's version of 1989, which I think is her best album. Thoughts, feelings?
It's the same album.
No, but like, yeah, but the story is that the songs are owned by.
I was listening to the radio and they had a little comp on where they'd call a bunch of Taylor Swift fans and
Yeah.
then play them a Taylor Swift song from that album and ask which album it was from, and everyone always got it wrong with
Really?
whether it was from, because everyone's like, oh, it's so different, but then they put it to the test.
What they got
People
got
can't
it from
even
the
tell
wrong
the
albums.
difference.
Oh
No, it's in,
yeah,
the
yeah.
re-release version.
Oh yeah, I don't think I'd be able to tell the difference.
We've got a few fake Taylor
Or
Swift
maybe I
fans
could.
out there who think they could.
Yeah, but she's re-recording it so that she actually, because she doesn't own.
So she owns the masters. for
Yeah.
the tracks. Yeah.
which I think is cool, because the what's his name, the recording company would probably
I think she's just got
Pretty
to
crappy
shake
to
them
her.
off.
exactly right. Anyway, great album. Favorite song from 1989. Do you know the songs in the album?
Shake it off.
There's Welcome to New York.
Blank Space.
Blank Space.
I like Blank Space.
Style's probably my
Although-
favorite. Wildest Dreams is in there.
I'm being honest, Kanye's better. But
Out of the Woods, yeah, but
Kanye made Taylor.
controversial. My favorite's How to Get the Girl. Great song. Anyway, 1989 is the year of the week. So there's basically just going to be a few subcategories here. So we're going to have like top song, best movies, and then just a bunch of events, few people who died, few people who were born. Just all about 1989. So We'll start with the best movie. Can you have any guess? Or maybe we've talked about this before, but any guess
Star
what the
Wars?
best movie of
Was
1989
Star Wars
was?
around there?
I think Star Wars was. No, Robbie's shaking his head. Can't remember where Rob's shaking his head.
Star Wars was 1979.
Damn.
Decade off.
Fairly sure.
Similar. Well, they've got the same. There's an actor in Star Wars that's in this movie.
Hamilton. Oh, Ford.
Yeah.
Blade Runner.
No.
Just tell
It's
me.
the third installment of the movie
Indiana
of the
Jones.
series. Yes. Do you remember what it's called?
Temple of Doom.
No, Last Crusade. Classic. Got Sean Connery as well. Rest in peace.
Hey, that guy was a misogynist.
I think he was actually. Anyway, complicated legacy. But yeah, best movie. Do you like that movie? Do you reckon?
Just keep going with you.
No. We're gonna dwell on this. Only 25 minutes in. All right. So, what else? Top song of 1989. Any guesses? Life is a mystery. Do you know that one?
I don't think I'm going to get any of these. I don't think
all right.
I'm gonna
Like
get any of
a
these.
Prayer by Madonna. No. Not a good year for musical movies.
What
really.
else happened in
But
1989?
a great year for events. Some serious events happened. Salvador Dali died. Emperor Hirohito of Japan died. Remember him? Hirohito was the wartime prime minister.
Yeah, I was so cut back when I heard that he died in that year. Absolutely cut.
How old were you in 1989? Negative 13.
Heavy. Shit was heavy.
Damn. Tough year. Taylor Swift was born that year. That's why she named the album.
Oh,
Emma
she's
Watson
old.
was born that year.
All my childhood actors are getting
But that's not that old. It seems like ages ago, but it's
old. In mid-30s.
what, they're 30.
34, 35, yeah.
Damn, that kind of feels.
Well, how
I guess
old
it's
is
'cause
Margot
it's
Robbie now?
I don't know.
21.
No, I should be like 30 something.
She's 21. All women are 21.
You know who else was born?
If you ask them their age.
You know who
It's
else was
big
born in 1989? Chris Brown. He's a loser. Anyway. Big events, famous events, 1989. The Tiananmen Square massacre. That happened. Why are you laughing?
I just don't. Yeah, go on.
You don't like this segment, do you?
No, I think it's hilarious.
You don't like it. But perhaps the most important thing that happened in 1989 was Iceland's beer prohibition ending. That had run from 1915. The 1st of March every year is now
Do
celebrated.
you want to turn the aircon on, Rob? It's getting really hot.
You're going to do this in the middle of my Iceland beer prohibition thing.
So you open the door.
No,
and
no,
it's
no,
just
no,
there.
no, no.
Please, I'm sweating.
Okay, no.
There, it's. I need the aircon. Big. Oh, sweet.
Let's go. Okay.
Getting a bit heated in here about that beer.
Yeah, so. All right. So the 1st of March every year in Iceland is celebrated as Bjordagur, which translates to beer day.
Why is that so funny?
Because they've got a day called beer day. I wish every day was Bjordagur. Don't you?
No.
No. Anyway. So yeah, it happens on every 1st March. And there's these guys for, what's that? 1915 to 1989, that's 74 years. 74 years, no beer, or like, well, not no beer, but, illegal beer drinking activity. That's crazy. Did you know that?
I knew there was one in the States around the Great Depression.
Yeah, but that's 74 years. I don't know. There might have been something else. It might have just have to do with the price of beer, but yeah. And then that first day, that 1st of March in 1989, everyone in Reykjavik must have just been getting absolutely hammered.
Those people in Reykjavik, damn.
And they
So
would have been
sad.
such lightweights as well. So they would have had like one beer and they would have been going bonkers, and they get in their fjords and their hot tubs and
Why hot tubs?
no, what are they called?
Wait.
Because they've got geothermal heating. They've got those warm
Oh, so we're not talking about
In Iceland?
hot tubs.
No. No, not hot tub. What are the natural baths? Like the natural baths, and it's heated by like hot springs. Yeah.
There was this tragic hot tub story the other week.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's really sad.
Deep.
As a massive Friends fan, that was
Let's finish this.
That was soul-crushing.
and then
but yeah, I think that basically covers it for the year 1989.
okay, can I have some
I hope this segment
stays?
because I think it will just keep evolving and
Only
moving
have so
forward.
many years, bro.
But that was a good start. I think Beer Day is very significant. I think we need to have a beer day.
I think you've
every
missed,
day is beer
I think
day.
you've
But,
missed something.
oh, you just researched something in 1989.
No, I just know something that happened in 1989 that I think you've missed.
Oh,
The fall of the Berlin Wall, which
yeah,
literally marked the new era in society.
No, but like I think beer days very important.
All right, guys,
what
you
else?
heard
No,
it
what
here
else?
first. Beer day is more important than the fall of the Berlin Wall.
Remember from year 12 history. I'm trying to think of other significant things that happened.
The fall of the Berlin Wall.
Yeah, I know, but there's some other stuff in it.
The end of communism in the Soviet Union.
Yeah, the states started to fall away from the USSR, didn't they?
The dissolution.
Yeah,
That's Bradley.
but that was in 1991. It fully fell. I think the USSR fully fell in 1991
With Gorby.
with Gorby. Anyway, the regionalism movement. Anyway, that was 1989. Fascinating year. I did miss a lot of. Sorry to our year 12 history teacher. He'd be quite disappointed that we've forgotten.
I remember.
Well, you remembered, but like we've forgotten that. There was some other stuff that happened that year. Like some other, I don't know.
All right, so that was
Oh, George H.W. Bush was put in as president. That's another thing that happened that year.
that was year of the week. Let us know in your comments if you want to keep seeing this.
No, I think we should keep year of the week.
Let us know in the comments.
I think that'll be the most popular segment. Putting it out there now.
So, tell us about your fundraiser, Gianni.
Well, yours is much cooler, but I'll start with mine. And the reason why I have this weird, pathetic attempt at a moustache,
What do you mean? You're only like day 2.
something like day 10, is because I'm doing Movember.
If anyone wants to donate,
anyone
we'll
wants
put
to
the
donate,
link in the...
Don't mean to be like,
the
begging, but it is a
bio.
very good cause.
It is.
And yeah, men's mental health, I feel, is overlooked at times, but I think it's really, really started to change in the last few years. I don't know. I can't really do like a full
Deep dive on
obviously,
men's mental health
but
today.
it is, yeah. It can sometimes be overlooked, and I think the way that men are portrayed in media and everything and culture is changing. And I think, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to say something deep and meaningful.
Well, I'm also doing a fundraiser.
But Campbell's doing a cool fundraiser as well.
I'm going to be in February doing the Rottnest Channel Swim solo.
Yep.
And I'm doing it to raise money for Crohn's disease. And so through Crohn's and Colitis Australia. And I've started my fundraiser already, and the goal is to raise 10 grand.
Wow.
So
You never told me that. That's cool. How are you going so far?
I think we've raised
My mum donated 700. Nice.
750.
We just hit 1,600.
Did you actually?
Yeah. But yours is over a longer period, and it started after as well, I feel.
How'd you get so many donors?
The guys I'm doing it with.
All their families.
Yeah, my family was less generous.
But yeah, so I'm training multiple times a week, doing swimming, trying to get some miles done on my body so I can hopefully complete the swim. The goal is to complete the swim because I haven't swum in over 18 months before I started this. But yeah, the goal is to complete the swim, raise 10 grand for Crohn's and Colitis Australia. And thanks very much for tuning in to our first episode today.
Very exciting.
So hopefully be out in a week or two, maybe 2.
Yeah, and we hope to, keep improving and getting better at this. And yeah, if even though it might not be the greatest podcast to start with your support, hopefully we can build it up, make it better.
At the time of this being recorded, Tux Talk will be out. as well.
Yes, so support our short format
Videos as
content.
well. So they'll all be on the same channel on YouTube, but then we'll have this on Spotify. We'll have a
Yeah.
few TikTok shorts going around, I think. And
Exciting times.
yeah, thanks very much for tuning in.
Thanks for getting me through my hangover. I feel so much better. What